there.
Yeah, that was a strong safety. Jean-Luc Beaubien, as I mentioned, probably the star player on this defense for the Wolverines, as he's had a tremendous season so far and a tremendous career in the Wolverines.
So 3rd down and 9 for Southwest High Eagles.
Big play right here.
They're going with 3 wide receivers, 2 on the right to 1 on the left.
This would be a huge start for the Belen defense. Just to get that Southwest offense off the field, get a quick stop would be spectacular.
Especially because Southwest started off really good with the run game. They only had 2 rushes for about 30 to 35 yards. A really good start, but if the Wolverines defense can come up with a stop, it's sort of a stab in the back.
Here we go, 3rd down and 9, Southwest High. They decide to pass. Throws it right side, and it is incomplete. Great stop by the Belen Jesuit Wolverines.
Nearly intercepted there. What a play. I mean, that was not a great throw by their quarterback, Fennell Antris. He'll be a big key for them as he's a running, passing quarterback that can be very good if you're not able to contain them.
Yeah,
And Southwest High is going to punt it.
A big stop for the Wolverines. And a really good punt from the Eagles. And he muffs the punt. A lot of pressure, and he breaks the tackle.
Decides to break
turns upfield.
Good.
He's taken down to about the 18.
Good run back by Jean-Luc Beaubien.
Great start for him. Already with that tackle for loss coming from the secondary, and a nice punt return where he broke a couple tackles to get Belen some field position. Belen needs plays like that on special teams. One of the keys to the game, as field position really matters in a game like this, especially with a running offense like Belen.
Yeah, we saw the Wolverines last game against the Firebirds start off with great field position, and they really succeeded in that game.
A 1st down and 10 for the Belen Jesuit Wolverines. We see in the backfield Hayden Puente and Don Chaney. They hand it off to Hayden Puente. And he breaks free on the left side. It's a 1st down for the Belen Jesuit Wolverines at the 33-yard line.
Hayden Puente against the Firebirds, he had himself a heck of a game as he had the first touchdown under the lights for the Wolverines.
He had more carries in that game than Donald Chaney, actually.
Yeah, they utilized his skill set more than they did of Don, and he had a fantastic game.
Belen has played really well in these last few games. They've won their last 2, a little winning streak here, beating Gulf Coast and Naples 38-14 on the road last week.
Here we go, 1st down and 10 for the Wolverines. It's a direct handoff to Donald Chaney off the left side. He runs upfield, and he gets another 9 yards on that play.
Don Chaney's incredible. Feels like every time you give him the ball, it's 6, 7, 8, 9 yards. He never loses yardage, and his speed and explosiveness makes him an incredible running back.
And that's why he's one of the highest running back prospects in his class in the nation.
As we see early on with the Belen Jesuit Wolverines, they decide to run the ball a lot. They use Hayden Puente and Francisco Aguero in the backfield. And last game at home, we saw that they utilized Hayden Puente and Francisco Aguero more than they used Donald Chaney. And that was a very interesting tactic, and they won the game 24-0.
Well, one of the great things about Don Chaney is that you can use him as a decoy, and the defense has to follow him because of how good he is. You can't just ignore Don Chaney.
And another 10-yard play by Hayden Puente.
Great start for this Belen rushing offense, picking up 2 quick 1st downs. They're going to try and do what they did to Doral, which is just wear down that defense. Run the ball, pound it, and eventually they have to get tired.
Yeah, they'll run it up the gut of the front 7. And they did that against the Firebirds, as you mentioned, and they ended up winning 24-0 as they just wore down that defense. And the defense by the second half was already exhausted, and they couldn't handle either of the running backs.
So 1st down and 10 for the Wolverines. A direct handoff to Donald Chaney up the middle, and it's going nowhere. Stuffed behind the line of scrimmage by Southwest High.
Looks like the interior O-line got beat there. Good penetration by the defensive tackles. Nice stop, but I believe this Belen offense will pick up the 1st down soon. You know, let's talk about Belen's receivers, led by Nick Brochek, a very good receiver. Dorian can really throw the ball. If they can get him involved, it'd be spectacular.
Yeah, we'll see if they utilize Dorian this game more than the last couple of games. Another direct handoff to Donald Chaney off the left side. Breaks tackle, and he's back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10.
Good defense from the Eagles on these last few plays as they're stopping the run. they're stopping Don Chaney, which was one of the keys to the game. As I said, they need to contain Don Chaney's run, and so far they've done it.
Well,
And
it's huge for them to get stops on first and second down because Belen's a running offense that picks up 5-6 yards at a time. If you can force them to 3rd and 10s like this, it becomes a lot harder. But don't sleep on Dorian Gonzalez. He has a great arm and can definitely pick this up.
Shift to the right side. Donald Chaney takes it up the right-hand side, breaks a couple tackles, and he gets about a 4-yard gain before he's taken down at the 50-yard line.
see the Eagles again containing Don Chaney, as that's such a spectacular job to do by the defense, as Don Chaney, as I mentioned, one of the highest rated running back prospects in the class of 2020 in the nation, and the Eagles so far containing him.
Here comes Brendan Rice. A nice punt here would be huge. Special teams flipping the field, pinning him deep would be an awesome start and would really help this Belen defense maybe even get 2 points on the board.
Speaking of Brenton Rice, I saw him in practice before the game. He actually hit a 58-yard field goal pretty easily.
Yeah, Brendan Rice, he has a boot, as against Gulliver a few games ago, he nailed a 52-yard field goal in-game.
Taken down at the 8-yard line for Southwest High. Great punt by Brenton Rice.
Beautiful punt, 42 yards, a lot of hang time, angled towards the sideline so that it couldn't be returned. Spectacular. That's exactly what you want to see from your punter.
As Brendan Rice, a spectacular punter, he's had a fantastic season punting the ball and kicking field goals, and he just continues to do it.
Yeah, he's really good all around, both a kicker and punter. An incredible specialist. One of the things that make this Belen special team so great.
First down and 10 for the Southwest High Eagles. Direct handoff to DeAndre Henry. And he's swallowed up at behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss.
Oh my, looked like a loss of about 4 yards there. After those first 2 runs, Columbus has...
Southwest High has been running the ball a lot lately.
But since those first 2, they've really slowed down. Belen's defense is beginning to get penetration. You see blitzes coming because they're not threatened by Fennell Andrews in the pass. But it'd be great for another stop here.
Here we go, 2nd and about 15 for the Southwest High Eagles. Direct snap, he looks right-hand side. It's a bubble screen. And he's taken down to about, oh, fumble! And it's Southwest High who recovers the ball back at the 9-yard line.
Good tackling by the Belen D. It started with one of the corners slowing him down, and then just great job on them all gang tackling and always go for the ball. They were able to strip it, just got unlucky. They didn't fall on it.
Great defense from the Wolverines on this drive so far, as the front 7 was able to stop the run completely, forcing a screen pass on the following plays, and the Wolverines are just able to bunch up on them.
Looks like Alex Ortiz in there, who was in there originally, was able to slow him down. Maybe even knock the ball out. This is a huge 3rd and 11, and a stop here would come a big way to continue to tire out that Southwest defense.
Shotgun formation. Fennell Andrews with DeAndre Henry on his left side. And it looks like it is a timeout by the Southwest High Eagles. During this break, guys, what do you want to say about Belen so far?
Well, the defense has looked good. First 2 runs of the game didn't look too great, but since then, the defense has been playing shutdown. The offense looked pretty good before their drive stalled. I mean, I think if they keep running the ball, keep tiring out the Southwest defense, they should be in position to score a lot of points. And I think overall they should end up a Belen win.
Definitely good points. Jose, what about
Yeah,
you for Southwest High?
Yeah, I completely agree with Jack. This Wolverines defense looking very sharp so far, as they have throughout this whole season. And I wouldn't be surprised throughout this game if Dorian Gonzalez can pass the ball. They've only run the ball so far, which isn't surprising, but throughout this game, I wouldn't be surprised, as I mentioned, if...
Out comes the Southwest offense, 3rd and long from their own 8-yard line. A stop here is needed. Let's see if the corners can lock down.
It's about 3rd down and 11. Fennell Andrews rolls out to the left side, throws it. Is completed on the left side. Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be holding on Southwest High. Is going to be taken back.
Yeah, I think this play is going to be taken back.
That negates a huge Southwest first down. Move them half the distance to the goal to about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, it would have been huge for the Eagles if they were able to convert on this third down and pick up the first down, but the flag is going to hold them back from doing that.
Well, let's make sure it is a holding penalty and see what the ref has to say. Looks like the refs are debating it right now. Calling another ref in there. The whole Southwest team is listening in, but I still think this one's going to be holding on the offense. Yeah, as you see, the Southwest huddle is backing up, and so are the referees. That's usually a pretty good sign that it's a holding.
Yeah, that's huge for the Wolverines' defense, as it seemed as if they gave up a first down, which would really be killer for them, as possibly would have forced a change in momentum, and this Eagles offense maybe pick things up and possibly end up scoring a touchdown or a field goal, who knows.
Make no mistake about it, the Belen defense is really good. Jean-Luc Beaubien back there in safety. He's made a couple great plays beforehand. We'll see how the Belen defense does so far as we see Southwest High lining up on 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, don't forget about the weak safety, Luis Consuegra. Only a sophomore, and he's already starting on varsity. He's had a fantastic season. He had double-digit tackles against
And his
Columbus
thrown,
Explorers.
That was nearly a safety. Incredible Belen pass rush. Got in there right away. Good job by Fennell Andrus to just get rid of it and get it out of bounds.
As this Eagles offensive line just can't handle the Wolverines front seven.
This should put Belen in really good field position as Southwest is punting from their own about 4-yard line, and you have Don Chaney back there who can always break off a big return.
It's an interesting look out here. Don Chaney out back to receive. It's an interesting call by the Wolverines. We usually see Jean-Luc Beaubien out there.
Yeah, Jean-Luc Beaubien or Luis Consuegra, they use them both on the punt returns, but here we're seeing Don Chaney, which we rarely see on punt returns.
Punt is up, and it is landed about the 35. Don Chaney takes it. He's looking to get some more yards out of this. He rolls to the left side, and he's stopped around the 37-yard line.
Looked like about a 7-yard return there out to the 37. Great field position. I mean, they're already pretty much in Brendan Rice's field goal range, and they probably should capitalize with some points on this drive.
Yeah, Brendan Rice, a few games ago, as I mentioned against Gulliver, nailed a 52-yard field goal, and in practice before this game, he nailed a 58-yarder, as his field goal range is pretty broad, and the Wolverines looking to score a touchdown on this drive.
It's pretty intriguing to see how Brenton Rice has improved his leg strength over the years and how he's done well right now as a senior on this varsity football team. As we see Belen lining up, he handed off to Donald Chaney off the left side, almost gets tackled. He breaks free. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Wolverines!
What a touchdown, tight roping down the sideline, going 37 yards to the house down the left sideline, broke a couple tackles, was able to escape, and that's a spectacular touchdown for Don Chaney Jr.
A house call for Don Chaney, as great blocking from the whole Wolverines offense, as that allowed for Don Chaney to trot into the end zone.
Spectacular run. I mean, that's what you can see when you have such a dynamic running back like Don Chaney Jr. Sometimes the defense just can't stop him. It looks like we got an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, but the touchdown, I don't believe, will be wiped off.
Yeah, I think the touchdown counts for Belen.
As the Wolverines open up on the board first to start off the game.
There's still a bit of confusion on there on the sideline with Coach Eddie Delgado and the main referee.
I think the 15-yard penalty may be enforced on the kickoff. It may be a sideline warning on Coach Eddie Delgado for getting on the field.
But it looks like the touchdown will probably count for Belen here.
Yeah, Belen's lining up for the extra point.
And And again, an excellent run by Donald Chaney. 37 yards to the house. He broke free of a couple tackles there at the line of scrimmage. Excellent run and blocking by the Belen Wolverines.
I mean, he showed it all there. The speed, the power, the agility, the spectacular ability to break away in the open field is what makes Donald Chaney one of the best running backs in the country.
And it's almost expected every time Don Chaney gets the ball. We always expect about 8 to maybe even 30 yards every carry he gets, as he's just such a fantastic running back to have on your team.
Extra point is good by Brenton Rice.
He continues his spectacular season. That's one of the best kickers in Florida.
Yeah, Brenton Rice so far has had a great season. He's nailed a few 50-yarders, and it's a fantastic season for him.
It looked like there was unsportsmanlike conduct on Belen, and I believe the penalty will be enforced at the kickoff. So this kick will be from the 25-yard line. Watch out for a possible big return from Southwest if this kick is farther back than it normally is. Here's where Brendan Rice's leg really needs to shine, because, I mean, if he's able to kick it far, maybe even get it into the end zone, that'd be spectacular to negate the impact of this penalty.
Yeah, I've seen him in the practice before this game. He was warming up that leg possibly for big field goals. I did see him get a running start, and he has a big boot. Looks like it was about a 10-yard or 5-yard penalty.
So they're going to kick it from the 35, I believe. Yeah, the 35.
Brendan Rice can definitely make it in the end zone for a touchback here. That's one of his strengths, the ability to kick a lot of touchbacks, which really ruins the other team's return game.
Yeah, and it prevents possibly a kick return for a touchdown.
And it looks like they
are
are moving
a
it back to the 25-yard line. Okay, that's the correct ruling. So a big kick here from Brendan Rice would be huge. He needs to put all his power into this, and at least you don't have to make the end zone. Just get it to about the 5-yard line so that the Southwest returner loses all his momentum.
Yeah, like you said, Jack, he needs a big kick here. Expect a big return by the Southwest High Eagles.
And it looks like the ball has fallen off the tee, so they'll put it back on and re-kick. It looks like a windy day today.
Yeah, a bit of windy here in Miami, Florida.
Yeah, this
had a little bit of downpour before the rain. We were kind of worried that the game, our equipment wouldn't have been set up in time. But here you go, big kick by Brendan Rice,
heck of a
delivered at the 9-yard line. Southwest High takes it. And they're stopped around the 34-yard line. Great kick by Brendan Rice.
You know what? That's a good job by the Belen special teams with the penalty. Nice job not letting him break it big, keeping him within a reasonable defense. Another tackle by Jean-Luc Beaubien, and a spectacular kick from Brendan Rice.
Yeah, a fantastic kick from Brendan Rice, as Jean-Luc Beaubien saved potentially a big return, as it looked as there was a lot of green after if the returner was able to get past Jean-Luc Beaubien. Possibly a game-changing tackle.
He could have probably broke free and gotten a bigger gain out of that. But we see Southwest High lining up at the 33-yard line, and
there were personal fouls on both teams, but those penalties offset.
First and 10 Eagles from their 33.
And a run towards the sideline. And
big
he turns upfield, gets about 6 yards on the carry. Solid carry from the Eagles.
big game for DeAndre Henry right there. One of many carries he's had this game. He's having a 40-yard game so far.
Yeah, the Eagles utilizing his skill set, as he's had so far a fantastic game.
Okay, so the Belen defense, it's about 2nd and 4. And it'd be nice to get him for negative yards, no yards. I mean,
Tackle for lost balls.
yeah, that would be spectacular to force him into a 3rd down.
2nd down and 4 for the Southwest High Eagles. Motion by the quarterback, Colin Bethel. He takes it, throws right side, is complete, and he's taken down.
A big hit by the Wolverines.
Not
Nice.
before he gets about 2 yards on the play there. Guys, what do you think so far of this Belen Wolverines defense?
So far, it's been looking sharp throughout this game.
I mean, really, if you
And-
talk about the Wolverines defense, you need to talk about Sean-Luc Bobian, who just made another tackle on that last play to stop that screen short of the first down. I mean, he's had a spectacular game and forced that third down.
Yeah, this front seven for the Wolverines preventing the run completely.
Sets up a 3rd and 2. 3rd down, Wolverine fans. Your turn to make some noise.
3rd down and 1 with 1 minute left in the first quarter here.
This would be a huge stop from the Wolverines front seven if they could get it. Expect a run to DeAndre Henry.
Colin Bethel under center. He tries the quarterback sneak it, and it looks like
It seems like he got the first. He might have gotten the first down. And the refs are gonna.
Keeps it and pushes the pile forward.
The refs are gonna give it to them.
Ball spotted on the
A first down for the Eagles.
Southwest. 1st and 10, Eagles.
Starting to start driving on this Wolverines defense.
And back out comes the Southwest offense after a huge
1st
pickup.
and 10
first
for
down.
Southwest High. Colin Bethel takes it. He looks left side. He's going to throw it up, and
Oh.
it's incomplete.
Not a good pass from Colin Bethel.
Looks like the
quarterback.
the receiver and the quarterback may have their timing may have been off. As
Yeah, look-
maybe he was supposed to run more of an out because that ball was thrown way too far to the outside for an incompletion.
Yeah,
Looked
a
like an
little
off-
bit of miscommunication from this offense.
Bit of an offensive blunder for the Southwest High Eagles as we see both teams in a huddle.
That'll be
That'll
the
be the end. I think that is the end of the first quarter. We're going to be starting the second quarter in a bit here.
So far, 7-0 lead for the Wolverines. Defense has been looking sharp, however, the Eagles starting to drive on them. And this Wolverines offense, we saw a touchdown run from Chaney, which was spectacular, and the blocking on that play was also spectacular.
I mean, Don Chaney is just a spectacular football player all around. Everything he does is just he's fast, he's powerful, he has agility. I mean, there's a reason he's one of the top running back and overall recruits in the country.
Speaking
and why multiple teams have offered him a full scholarship.
Speaking of Donald Chaney, his future head coach is actually on the field, Manny Diaz, as he's looking on the Wolverines, and as we're hoping for another Wolverines win today.
Hey, I would hold off on future head coach. South Florida kids, you never know until they sign. It's not official yet. Who knows? Maybe Dan Mullen's his future head coach.
I highly doubt that, Jack.
Okay, you're right. Probably more likely Kirby Smart from Georgia.
That sounds good. As we see Southwest High lining up for 2nd down and 10. A little bit of a delay from the referees.
Yeah, it looks like the referees are sorting something out here. Should have it soon.
And they're going back in the huddle. Don't know what's going on here. Well, as we're waiting, do you guys want to comment on the Belen Jesuit Wolverines offense?
The Belen offense, I mean, 2 drives, 1 touchdown, 50% success rate. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far.
Yeah, they've given the ball to Don Chaney, and I mean, he's just better than anybody Southwest has on the field. He's spectacular. There's
Yeah.
no other way to put it.
And I wouldn't be surprised, as I've been mentioning, to see Dorian Gonzalez throw the ball. I mean, we saw him throw the ball a few games ago.
Oh, it looks like a sack by Mark Trapp. What a big sack by Mark Trapp in the backfield.
And a big tackle for loss for the Wolverines as they just went right through the offensive line of the Eagles.
Looks like about a loss.
15-yard loss for the Southwest High Eagles. That's a 3rd down and 25.
As the
Huge
se-
stop. Mark Trapp came in there on the blitz, and oh my, did he stop him for a long loss. Play action, slow developing play, and he was able to get in there quick and end that.
Yeah, the senior Mark Trapp's had a fantastic career so far in the Wolverines, and as you can see there, great jobs. He just pretty much, it feels like if he was just unblocked on that play, and he just went straight to the quarterback.
3rd and extremely long. I'd be surprised if they picked this up.
Most
Let's
likely
see,
gonna
third down 25. The
most
refs
most likely gonna see
timeout
a
by
pass.
the Wolverines. As we see there, it was a great play by the Belen defense. The front seven showing up again. As we mentioned before the game, we mentioned that the front seven is a big threat on the field at all times for Belen. Mark Trapp and Ralph DeSantis for the last Friday Night Lights home game. They had a great game.
Yeah, Ralph DeSantis, he had a fantastic game against the Firebirds, as he was just very dominant. And the Firebirds couldn't do anything with the run game or even passing game, as they could not get past him.
I mean, the defense pitched a shutout, 24-0, great win. The offense was moving, the running game was working. Don had another big touchdown run. I mean, that's the formula Belen wants to use. Run the ball, tie the defense, play good in the front seven, and just wear them down and end the game.
Yeah, and defense wins you games, and the Wolverines the past two games have won each one.
3rd and 20. 3rd down, fans. Get behind that defense.
Third down and 20 for the Southwest High Eagles. As we see Colin Bethel lining up in the shotgun.
Most likely going to see a pass.
And here we go, another pass. He's looking downfield and it is caught over the middle and
Big
is
hit.
taken down by Jean-Luc Bobian.
Jean-Luc
who
Bogan,
else?
the star strong safety for the Wolverines. And he's just had himself a great season so far and a great game, as that's already his 3rd tackle.
I know, he actually already has 5 tackles and a tackle for loss. I mean, that's an incredible number for a safety, especially this early in the game. He's one of the stars of the Belen team, and he's playing like it.
Yeah, so far he's had himself a fantastic game.
He's a star on defense and on special teams. As we see here, he is lining up for the return. Good punt by Southwest High, and he's going to let it roll into the end zone. Smart decision, and that's a touchback for the Wolverines.
Yeah, good job not fair catching. I mean, just let the ball roll. This is a rule they use in the NFL. It's plant your feet, the back of your heels on the 10-yard line, and don't move. If it's past you, don't fair catch it, because if you fair catch it, the odds of something better happening are slim. So he did a good job of applying the rule there, and the ball bounced into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, really smart play there from the punt returner.
As we see the Belen Wolverines offense coming back onto the field. Great first 2 drives for the Wolverines as they got a touchdown in their 2nd drive with Donald Chaney on the first play of their drive for a 37-yard touchdown.
Yeah, most likely going to see a lot of Don Chaney throughout this drive to impress his future head coach, Manny Diaz.
Since we see a bunch formation by the Wolverines. Looks like the refs are sorting something out on the Wolverines sideline. Looks like Wolverines sideline is a bit of a problem today so far.
Yeah, it seems like the refs are having a lot of discussions over there, and I mean, it slowed down the game a little bit, but not that big of a deal.
This gives the Eagles defense sort of time to regather themselves after allowing that big touchdown that Don Chaney scored.
Yeah, any rest they can get is good rest with this Belen offense that loves to just wear down teams and pound them into submission.
Yeah, it's pretty much what they're known for.
And guys, that's a disadvantage for the defense. The Belen offense has been getting a lot of rest. That means they might even go for another one right here.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised to see Don Chaney just run like a 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah, his legs are probably fresh. He's recovered from that last run. He's a big play back.
Speaking of Don Chaney, he takes it up the middle, and he is stopped from right about the line of scrimmage.
Looks like a gain of about 1 on that play, bringing up 2nd and 9.
The Eagles again trying to contain Don Chaney's run game. Last drive they weren't successful with that, but the previous one they were, and this drive hoping to be successful with that again.
Yeah, so far the Belen offense has been on heavy run plays. They're a ground and pound offense, if we might add. Hayden Puente, Donald Chaney, and Francisco Aguero, they're top 3, as they'd like to say, to run the ball up the middle on the outside and wear out that front 7, and then surprise them with Dorian at quarterback.
Yeah, the Wolverines just have so much depth.
Dorian throws it right side of Sebastian Alonso. He takes it about the 50-yard line. That's about a 35-yard game for the Wolverines. Like we said, Dorian Gonzalez surprising the defense.
Yeah, I've been saying it for the past few games. Don't be surprised if Don passes the ball, as he has a heck of an arm, and he could use it, and great accuracy shown from him there. And a good job of not trying to place the ball perfectly, as he had a wide open Sebastian Alonso. He doesn't need to put the ball perfectly. He just needs to throw it somewhere where Sebastian Alonso could catch the ball.
The number 1 tight end, Sebastian Alonso, ran a great route in the post corner, managed to get open. The play action completely fooled the defense. They all bid on the run fake, and Belen picked up a huge first down.
Yeah, as they caught the whole Eagles defense off guard completely, as it seemed as if they were expecting a run.
First down and 10 for the Belen Wolverines at the Southwest High Eagles 46-yard line. Hands it off to Donald Chaney off the left side. Runs upfield.
He's got blockers.
He's got a couple blockers, and he's got about a 15-yard gain on the play.
As I mentioned, you never expect what Don Shane could do with the ball. As you see, he just breaks away for a 15-yard gain, and the Wolverines now driving on the Eagles' defense.
Well, they like to use Don Chaney on the outside because he has a lot of space to work with there, and with his big frame, his speed, his power, I mean, sometimes he can be just borderline unstoppable.
He has around 7 carries so far and above 65 yards on the game and a touchdown. Donald Chaney is having a good game so far early on.
Yeah, Don Chaney so far has a fantastic game with 1 touchdown and over 60 rushing yards already. Just a great game from him, impressing his future head coach, Manny Diaz.
Fake handoff. Dorian
Another
looks
pass.
deep. He's going to throw deep. He has Brochek in the end zone, and he's incomplete.
As he just misses his star receiver, Nick Brochek, who's also had a fantastic season, just missed him as he was wide open for a touchdown.
Nearly caught it. Looks like he had a shot there, but he just couldn't come up with it. Just overthrown.
Yeah, the play calling from the Wolverines, trying to catch this Eagles defense completely off guard. A great job by the offensive play calling.
Yeah, it's definitely working. I mean, they're biting hard on the run fakes. You have to be able to stop Don Chaney. Such a big threat. He gets in your head, and the receiver beat him deep, and Dorian had him there.
Yeah, he's just such a big decoy that you're focusing on him the whole game, and you just can't sleep on Dorian Gonzalez and this passing game for the Wolverines.
Second down and 10 is a double handoff, and they tackled him 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Great defense from the Eagles on that play, as they pretty much expected the play that was coming.
Yeah, it looks like 3rd and about 14 yards. This will be a tough one for the Belen offense to pick up, and I mean, give the ball to Don Chaney and just about anything can happen.
Interesting stop by the Southwest High Eagles. They almost expected that play. They probably looked at the film from the Doral game, as we saw about 4 times they did that same play, and they broke off for big gains in the game.
Yeah, don't be surprised on this play. As I've been mentioning, Dorian Gonzalez passing the ball. Most likely going to pass it here, is passing as he had that pass to Sebastian Alonso and even to Nick Brochek. He had an open Nick Brochek, but still just missed him, as I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it here with a pass.
See motion in the backfield. Dorian looking deep. He's going to throw right-hand side to Donald Chaney, and that is a big gain on the play.
Runs right through the defender.
He's out at the 22-yard line.
Looks like he's actually going to come up about 4 yards, 3 yards short. Malik Allen with a tackle. I mean, Don Chaney barreled over a defender, but
It's 4th down and 5, and it looks like Belen's going to go for it here. Bold move by Belen.
Yeah, so far they're not that far from getting the first down or even getting into the end zone, as if they're not able to convert on this play, they could give the Eagles bad field position.
Oh, fumbled under center. Dorian's going to take it, and he is tackled at the line of scrimmage. No chance there for the Wolverines, and that's a turnover on downs.
I mean, that was a broken play from the beginning. The messed up snap. Dorian was able to pick it up and try and make something out of it, but nothing was ever going to happen there, and that gives Southwest the ball back.
Yeah, interesting play call by the Wolverines there. What do you think?
Not a bad decision to go for it, because now the Eagles get the ball in not great field position, but again, not bad field position. But again, the play, I would have gone for probably a play action pass again, maybe hit Don Shane on a flat route.
Yeah, I agree with what you said there. Honestly, the Southwest High Eagles have not been able to penetrate the defense that much, and they haven't gone past the 50-yard line so far in this game. The defense has been doing a wonderful job lately.
Yeah, Coach Delgado putting a lot of faith in his defense, trusting that they could stop this Eagles offense.
And as we saw earlier, 2 great plays, one by Mark Trapp for a 15-yard sack, and then just 2 plays afterwards, we saw Jean-Luc Beaubien coming up with a big tackle to stop the Southwest High Eagles on their third drive.
Well, I mean, it's been a while since Belen gave up a point at home. They actually haven't given up a point at home all season, so let's see if they can keep that streak going.
As we see Colin Bethel in the shotgun. He's looking to hand it off to the right-hand side, and he is tackled behind scrimmage.
Great defense from the Wolverines as they cruise past the O-line, able to get a tackle for loss. Big play for the Wolverines defense.
About a 6-yard loss on the play. Belen Jesuit Wolverines, they're doing pretty well. The front 7 is doing really well.
I mean, it looks like this offensive line is struggling. Early in the game when DeAndre Henry was having those good runs, it really wasn't the O-line. It was some great running by DeAndre Henry, and that has kept up as this O-line looks overmatched. And, I mean, if this Belen front 7 keeps doing what they're doing, Belen's going to win this game.
Yeah, this front 7 for the Wolverines just seems to be way too dominant, and this O-line just can't. The Eagles O-line just can't handle them.
Yeah, DeAndre Henry about 5 carries for almost 40 yards on the game in today. And speaking of which, he's got the handoff to the left side. He's gonna get tackled.
Great defense from the Wolverines again, swallowing up the running back. DeAndre Henry. Again, he cannot get, it seems as if he can't get any yardage. This O-line not doing a good job, as it seems as if they're failing to block properly. And this front 7 for the Wolverines is just way too dominant.
Looks like he's a good, big, fit go back who can definitely get something done. But, I mean, the offensive line has just been a struggle, and there really hasn't been any open running lanes.
Yeah, so far the front 7 has been penetrating through the offensive line, doing really well and getting in the backfield and causing a lot of losses for this offense.
Yeah, and I'm pretty surprised they're allowing that to happen because what I expected them to be preparing for this whole game was Don Chaney and the front 7 of the Wolverines, as it's just probably the key component.
3rd down and long for the Southwest High Eagles. Colin Bethel takes it. He's going to hand it off to DeAndre Henry, and he's going to get swallowed up. No, he breaks free. And he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's about a...
Jean-Luc Beaubien again getting a tackle for loss. And what a game he's had with 6 tackles, and 2 of those tackles being 1 for loss.
Yeah, shovel pass to DeAndre Henry in the backfield. That's about above a 10-yard loss in there on the play.
Yeah, DeAndre Henry's been struggling the past few drives, as he had a good-looking first drive. He had 2 carries for about 40 yards, and since then hasn't been able to do anything against this Wolverines defense.
It's 4th and 30. You think we see a fake punt here?
I doubt it.
I highly doubt that.
You never know.
Oh, here we go. Fumbled point. And he's recovered by the Wolverines at the 2-yard line.
A great job by the special teams unit of the Wolverines. As I mentioned before the game, the Eagles cannot have any special team mistakes. And see the Wolverines here most likely to end up scoring a touchdown to take a 2-possession lead.
Well, that wasn't a fake punt, but it still was surprising. We talked earlier, keep the keys to the game. You need to play good on special teams, make big plays, and that's one of them right there. That's a 7-point swing right there.
A special teams blunder for the Southwest High Eagles turns into great field positioning for the Belen Jesuit Wolverines here.
Yeah, great. A lot of momentum on the Wolverines side. They have all the momentum in the world right now with 4 minutes to go in the half. It's a 7-0 lead. A lot of defense in this game. As you saw in this past drive, great job by the Wolverines.
Yeah,
pretty much not allowing any positive yardage.
It seems like a 4th down gamble turned out to be in their favor after that.
Well, I feel like this is one of those games where it's a close game, but you feel like the other team is – you feel like the team is blowing them out.
Yeah, the Wolverines are not – they just have complete control over the Eagles.
Yeah, it feels like they're moving the ball well. The defense is playing spectacular, and it feels like they should be winning this game by a lot more than they are.
Yeah, but both of these teams, their offense is playing a lot of chew clock, as pretty much self-explanatory, chewing a lot of clock.
1st and goal for the Wolverines at the 3-yard line. A direct handoff to Donald Chaney up the middle, and it's an easy touchdown
His second
for the
touchdown.
Wolverines.
His second touchdown on the day, impressing his future head coach Manny Diaz, who's on the sideline watching him. Don Chaney, what a game he's had.
Well, I mean, that's 2 touchdowns, some great running, good blocking there by the O-line. Opened up a huge hole, which Don Chaney was able to hit and score a touchdown. His possible future head coach, Manny Diaz, on the sideline, and he's just playing a spectacular game.
Yeah, 13-0 lead for the Wolverines now, as complete control of this game. Right now, they're in the driver's seat.
Bretton Rice lining up to kick for the extra point. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. That's 14-0 for the Belen Jesuit Wolverines against Southwest High.
So far, the Wolverines doing very well on both sides of the ball, especially defensively, not allowing the Eagles to do anything at all. They can't run, and they cannot pass the ball in this Wolverines defense so far.
Yeah, so far the front seven has been doing an immaculate job, and the secondary popping up a few times here and there, as we saw Sean-Luc Beaubien, 2 important tackles in back-to-back drives, stopping the Southwest High Eagles on 3rd down.
Yeah, Sean-Luc Beaubien with 6 tackles, and 2 of those tackles being for loss.
Out comes Brendan Rice. He had a spectacular kick last time. And let's see if he can keep that up, kick it into the end zone for a touchback, and continue to neutralize the other team's return game. Ian Valdez and Anthony Marshall, 2 wide receivers, back to return the kick.
So we see the kickoff by the Belen Wolverines here. Brendan Rice's kick is up, and it's a short kick right at about the 8-yard line. Taken by Ian Valdez. He breaks free. He breaks free through a couple tackles, and he's taken down at the 34-yard line.
Spectacular return. You know, that shows how a penalty changes things. Last time there was a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and they returned it to about the 33, and we were celebrating Belen's special teams unit for doing good. But now, no penalty. They kick it off from a normal position. It's taken back to the 34-yard line, and it was just an explosive return by Southwest and bad special teams coverage by Belen.
Yeah, the Eagles hoping to gain any sort of momentum they can right now, as they did not, but this return possibly can get them some.
You know, it would be a good turnaround of momentum after this kick return, or just be a quick stop for the Belen defense like they've been doing all game.
Yeah, we've seen the front seven, as we mentioned over and over again, they're doing a great job to hold down the Southwest High Eagles below the 50-yard line, not getting into Wolverines territory. As you see Colin Bethel under center. Direct handoff to DeAndre Henry. He breaks free of a couple tackles, and he gets about a 4-yard gain on the play.
Nice little run there by DeAndre Henry, but once again, good job by the Belen defense. Get in there. Defensive tackles really seem to be having a great game, just pushing back these offensive guards and being able to slow down the running back before he gets to the second level.
Yeah, this Wolverines defensive line just going right through the Eagles' offensive lines. They just can't handle them.
2nd and about 6 for the Eagles, and I mean, Belen gets a huge stop here, maybe scores before half, and this game can be over quick.
About 2nd down and 6, as Jack mentioned. About a 4 wide-out formation. Colin Bethel, he's getting under pressure, and he is sacked. Oh, he throws.
Wow, really smart play from the quarterback, just trying to get rid of the ball. Kind of risky, though. Possibly could have ended up being a fumble, and that would have been not good at all for the Eagles, but really good for the Wolverines.
His body was contorted on the last play. I feared an injury almost happened.
I mean, that was just spectacular presence of mind. He's getting tackled by 2 Belen defenders, getting thrown to the ground. He's just able to get rid of it. Instead of 3rd and 15, a big 9-yard sack, that keeps it at a manageable 3rd and 6.
I mean, he hasn't been able to do anything pretty much right now. In the pocket is this offensive line just getting demolished by this Wolverines front seven, as every single snap they get past the O-line.
Yeah, make no mistake about it, that front seven is deadly, and they can get through pretty easily through that Southwest High Eagles offensive line as they line up for 3rd and 6.
A big third down.
It's a direct handoff to DeAndre Henry up the middle, and he gets the first down and more as he goes down at the 49-yard line. And it seems like DeAndre Henry is actually hurt, guys.
Possibly rolled on his ankle on that play, as he just suddenly fell down on the ground. No contact was involved. He just kind of collapsed. I think he rolled on his ankle.
I think he might have majorly injured himself. He's not moved.
You never like to see somebody like that. You never like to see an injury where it's against your team, for your team, and non-contact injuries can really be the worst. You plant that leg, it twists, torn ACLs, Achilles, meniscus.
Especially
all
for
that stuff results from that.
Especially for a talented young player as DeAndre Henry is. He's a senior this year, so if a major injury cuts him down this year, we don't know what might happen for his future college career.
Yeah, and he's had such a good game today. Over 50 rushing yards. He's just had himself a fantastic game.
And Derrick Henry, 7 carries for almost about 50 yards rushing. It's a shame to see him down on the ground.
Yeah, it'd be a tough loss for the Eagles' run game, as they haven't really done much with the passing. This O-line really been struggling, as we've been mentioning throughout the game, and it's just a huge loss for the Eagles.
As we see, Derrick Henry's now walking off the field on his own.
It's
DeAndre Henry.
That's really sad to see. I mean, we saw something just last week with the Felipe Franks injury. He rolled up on his ankle, snapped it, dislocated it. Whether it's a rival team, a team you don't like, I mean, that's just something you never like to see.
Definitely not.
Yeah, tough loss for the Eagles.
As we see their backup running back, Edwin Allen.
I saw the game there for about 3 yards.
He's actually a receiver lining up at running back position. Edwin Allen is going to get some reps now at the running back position for Southwest High.
Yeah, not much depth for the Eagles at the running back position, as they have to bring in a receiver to play running back.
However,
it's going to be tough for them throughout this whole game, especially against this front seven of the Wolverines that pretty much DeAndre Henry was having a tough time to run on.
I mean, looked like DeAndre Henry was their best player. He was a big physical back. Looked like he could make something happen. But without him, they're going to have a much tougher time moving the ball.
Yeah, and they've had a tough time passing the ball also, so it's just going to be a tough game for them.
As we see another break, that's another first down for the Southwest High Eagles as they just now get into Belen territory.
And a good job of Edwin Allen keeping his legs moving after contact, as he got drilled by about 2 Belen defenders, and he kept his leg moving, got about an extra 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Who knows? Maybe the injury of DeAndre Henry will give this team some energy, make them almost play for him and win this game for DeAndre Henry.
Yeah, so far Edwin Allen has about 12 yards now. So we see Southwest High lining up on 1st and 10. Fake handoff. Rolls to the left side. He's going to throw it, and it's complete to the left side. And he is tackled to about the 23-yard line. Big gain for the Southwest High Eagles. They're rolling into Belen territory now, guys.
Yeah, the Eagles driving on this Wolverines defense. So far, a great job throughout this drive by the offense, especially with the loss of DeAndre Henry.
I feel like now with the loss of DeAndre Henry, they're going to focus more on passing the ball, and I think that's what's working for them so far. See a fake handoff, and he is sacked on the right side. Is that might be a live fumble? No, it is called incomplete on the field.
A lot of pressure from this Wolverines front seven as they just keep going against this offensive line and demolishing the line of scrimmage.
The refs called it an incomplete pass. Personally, to me, it looked a lot like it may have been a fumble.
I thought it was a fumble directly.
Yeah, I'm with you guys also on the fumble. That did not look like a pass at all.
Interesting call by the refs, but we might as well.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking for another turnover here, though, by the Wolverines, as we've seen before. countless times.
I mean, they've already forced one on this drive.
As we see 2nd and 9, Colin Bethel drops back. He throws sharply down the middle. And he's down to about the 16-yard line.
Looks
Good
like
defense from the Wolverines.
it'll be about 3rd and 2, a big 3rd and short here. This Belen defense. I mean, if the front 7 wants to play how they've been playing all game, now would be a great time. A stop in the backfield would be huge on this play.
Yeah, that'd be a backstab sort of to this Eagles offense, as they've had a great drive, including the loss, even though they lost DeAndre Henry. But still a great drive for them.
Keep in mind, they only have 50 seconds left to score before half. They're running short on time, so if they want to get into the end zone, they probably should get in there soon.
Yeah, they only have 58 seconds left in this half.
It's been an interesting game so far here for the Wolverines. Getting 2 touchdowns by who else than Don Chaney. Only 8 carries on the day, and he's had over 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. One was a direct handoff from 3 yards out in the end zone, or the red zone, sorry. He's had a great game so far, guys, and we hope to see more in the second half. As we see Southwest High lining up on 3rd and about 3 yards. Colin Bethel takes it, drops back to pass, looking over, he throws, and it's complete down in the middle, and is down to about the 3-yard line.
Looks like they're finding some holes in the middle of Belen's zone, and this will put them down with a chance to score. Belen might give up their first points of the year at home.
Yeah, the Eagles driving on this Wolverines defense, and they're finding a way to pass the ball well on this drive, as before this drive they were not able to pass the ball at all because of all the pressure the Wolverines were giving them. And here's still a lot of pressure with this quarterback maintaining his maturity and getting a good pass off and completing it.
So far we've seen the Southwest High Eagles have not been able to get past the 50-yard line. And this drive, they've done exactly that. They've gotten past the 50-yard line and deep into Belen territory. They have a chance to either score a touchdown or a field goal if the Belen Wolverines front 7 shows up on this play right here.
I mean, I think if it's 4th and goal from anywhere within the 5, this being a 14-0 game, Belen getting the ball at half, you have to go for it, and that's where a goal line stand would be huge.
Direction of 1st down and about 5 for the Southwest High Eagles.
Wolverine fans, let's set the scene. Eagles driving deep inside Wolverine territory. Defense trying to stop them. You making noise.
42 seconds left in the half.
A lot of noise from this Wolverines crowd.
Colin Bethel, it's a fake snap, and he is down to about the 1-yard line, just inches short of the end zone. Great stop by the front 7.
To the running back.
Yeah, the front 7 showing their strength.
Edwin Allen almost broke free there for a touchdown. Front 7 is right there. There's a little bit of hurry-up offense going on here.
Looking to get a big goal line stop. That'd be huge for this Wolverines defense.
Under center, quarterback sneak, and he is stopped.
Looks like it'll
Great
be
job of
3rd
this
and
Wolverines defense.
Looks like it'll be 3rd and goal. Can this Wolverines defense get a huge goal line stand?
And it looks like they're doing another hurry-up offense play. And that is the end of the half. The Wolverines stand at the goal line. No points.
A huge goal line stop for this Wolverines defense.
I mean,
A backstabber for the Eagles, for their offense and their whole team, as they had a lot of momentum on this drive, and somehow they could not get any points up on the board before the half.
a spectacular stop. If Belen didn't have momentum through the rest of the half, they definitely have it now. Looks like they might score getting down to the 3-yard line, but they ran out of time. Their final QB sneak wasn't able to get in, and spectacular first half for this Belen Wolverines
Great
team.
goal line stand by the Wolverines at the end there. Great first half. Don Chaney, 8 carries, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Dorian Gonzalez, 2 for 3 for 42 yards. That is your Wolverines first half. We'll be back with you during the second half.
Yeah.
All right. Here before the start of the second half, we have Carlos Maza here. Mr. Maza, what would you like to say about the Belen Wolverines so far in the first half?
Impressive performance again by the defense at home. It's 6 straight quarters of not being scored upon, and Don Chaney being Don Chaney.
I mean, spectacular defense. The Wolverines haven't given up a point at home all year. Don Chaney continues to do his thing, rushing for 2 more touchdowns, breaking off a big run. The defense is playing spectacular. Just overall a great first half for the Wolverines.
Senior Sean-Luc Bobian is dominating out there today.
Yeah, he's had a great game, 6 tackles, and 2 of those tackles for a loss. And this front 7 as a whole has done a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. Special shout out to Marky Trapp as well.
Thank you, Mr. Maza, for showing up here, and let's have a great second half.
My pleasure, guys. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. You too.
Football. The Eagles will kick off.
Here we go. Second half of Belen Wolverines football here, and we're out to receive. Southwest High looking to stop the Wolverines today on offense, as we see a short kick here. Taking about the 15. Taking up the left side. Francisco Aguero takes it. He's breaking free. He's broken free with a couple tackles. He's out in the 40.
He's into enemy territory to the southwest 47. Great return. It looked like they kept it short to keep it away from Don there, but you can't sleep on Francisco Aguero.
Yeah.
Great return, takes it back to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, you can't sleep on any of the running backs from the Wolverines. I see here on the return Francisco Aguero.
Justin Voss leading the
I believe he's the second or third string running back for the Wolverines as they rotate him with Aiden Puente and Don Chaney. But he's had a great season, and see here on the return a fantastic return, and that's huge for a huge momentum game for the Wolverines.
Yes, as we see the Wolverines offense getting back on the field.
I mean, that shows the depth and good stable of running backs that the Wolverines have. The ability to rotate their backs, keep them fresh while the defense wears down.
Direct handoff to Don Chaney up the middle at the left side. He's breaking free. 20, 30, 25, 20, 50, 10, 5. Touchdown, Donald Chaney.
Chaney, his 3rd touchdown of the game. He takes that one down the left sideline. Great blocking, wide open lane, jukes a linebacker into the open field with his speed, and he scores.
As he certainly impresses his future head coach Manny Diaz on that play. A breakout run by Don Chaney. A fantastic run for him as he has over 100 rushing yards on the day.
Guys, listen to this stat line. Donald Chaney, 9 carries, 120 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Very, very impressive game.
And it's very impressive for a high school player, and that's why he's one of the highest rated running backs in the nation in his class.
I mean, really, that's just Donald Chaney Jr. doing Donald Chaney Jr. things. In front of his possible future head coach here, Manny Diaz. I mean, he's just having a spectacular game.
And a great job of Manny Diaz targeting him for his recruiting.
Brendan Rice's kick is up, and it is good.
Well, actually, you know who else is targeting Don Chaney? Georgia's coming hard after him, and you never know if they'll make a run. It's not over until signing day.
Yeah, but Don Chaney is a devoted Hurricane fan, and he's most likely going to UM.
I don't know. If UM continues to struggle this season, Georgia has a great season. I mean, he could flip to Georgia with their staple of great running backs that consistently produce running backs. And, I mean, then he would get to lose to Florida once every year.
Ha 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 ha.
Nice plug-in for the University of Florida Gators.
Go Gators.
Yeah, go Canes.
Wait, hold on.
Go Blue.
Didn't the Gators beat the Canes?
Let's not get off on the tangent here, Jack. See Belen lining up for the kickoff here.
Brendan Rice out. He's having a great game. Spectacular with his kickoffs. He's pinned him deep, though. On the last kickoff, Belen gave up a pretty nice return to the 34-yard line.
Which almost set up for a Southwest High score, but thanks to a last-minute defensive stop at the goal line, Southwest wasn't able to put up any points. Here we see Brenton Rice lining up for the kickoff. The kick is up, and it is A great kick by Brenton Rice as it hits the back of the end zone.
An absolute boot from Brenton Rice.
That one into the end zone, touchback.
Great kick by Brenton Rice. A series of great kicks so far by Brenton Rice, pinning them deep every single time. It's just a great effort by Southwest High to get some good yards and get on to about the 30-yard line both times.
I mean, Brennan Rice has quite the leg, and minimizing the return game is what he does. And plus, it's not like this Belen defense has given up much anyways. They had a huge goal line stop to end the first half, and they haven't given up a point at home all season.
As we see Southwest High lining up 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Colin Bethel hands it off to Edwin Allen. Actually, he keeps it off the left side. He's going to throw it, and it's intercepted off the right side by the Wolverines, and it's taken back for a touchdown!
A pick six for the Wolverines. Incredible job by the defense reading the play.
Great read by the defense. Insane play to get the score up to 27-0.
Looked like it was a run-pass option. He chose to keep it, and then it looked like he was just going to have to take a sack. Tried to get rid of it, threw it right into Louis Consego's hands. Fun fact, the defense has now scored more points than it has given up at home this season.
Yeah, that was Louis Consuegra, only a sophomore. He's the weak safety for the Wolverines, highly talented. And as I mentioned, only a sophomore, already starting on varsity. He's had a fantastic year. He's recorded double-digit tackles in a few games, and here he just gets his first pick six of his career.
2 quick scores for the Belen Jesuit Wolverines out of the half. Insane start to the second half, guys. This is really, really explosive for the Wolverines so far. As we see Brenton Rice lining up for the extra point attempt. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good all the way through.
28-0, a quick start to the second half. As already, I mean, we are only less than 1 minute in, and it's basically been 2 plays, 2 touchdowns for this Belen team. 1 on offense, 1 on defense.
Insane start for the Wolverines so far.
Brenton Rice is going to be back out to kick again for the second time in about 20 seconds.
Yep, as you said, 20 seconds. Not exaggerating there, folks. We just saw a Belen rushing touchdown for 50 yards by Donald Chaney and a Belen interception for a touchdown.
Yeah, great job by the Wolverines. Now they're pretty much in the driver's seat with complete control in this game.
At this pace of 1 touchdown per play in the second half, they're going to score about 40 touchdowns in the second half. I think I'd feel pretty good about that.
I don't think that's mathematically correct, but we'll see.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Brendan Rice's leg would get exhausted.
Yes, it would.
I think the whole team would get exhausted. including the
Especially the kickoff unit.
As we see, Brenton Rice's kick is up, and it is way into the end zone for a touchback.
A great job by Brenton Rice kicking touchbacks today, as he only has 1 kick that was not a touchback, and that was when he had to kick it from the 25-yard line.
Brenton Rice has been having a great game so far, kicking. Kickoffs, extra points. He's been hitting the extra points excellently. Kickoffs, as we mentioned before, there was a major penalty on a kickoff. They had to kick from the 25-yard line. Brenton Rice kicked it all the way inside the 10-yard line. And just after that, the kickoff again from the normal 40-yard line, he kicked it just inside the 10. And about the same result happened for the Southwest High Eagles.
Well, I mean, he's had a great game. The only thing he hasn't done is kick a field goal because the Belen offense is scoring touchdowns. So it's just been a spectacular game for him.
Don't forget the defense as well with 1 touchdown on the day.
Speaking of the defense, they'll come back out on the field here. The last drive for Southwest was a quick one. 1 play, interception, touchdown. Belen defense is still probably pretty fresh. And
they seem to be moving the chains. We don't know what's going on.
I've
seen this 15-yard penalty?
I think I may have seen an unsportsmanlike conduct. Looked like a late hit on Belen. There was a gunner that came flying down and knocked a blocker after it was already a touchback.
Yes, I saw it too at the end of the play there. Colin Bethel under center. 1st and 10 for the Southwest High Eagles. Direct handoff to...
And the front 7 of the Wolverines just swallows him up at the line of scrimmage. Possibly a tackle for loss, and they just continue doing the things they do, which is dominate at the line of scrimmage.
Interesting development so far. DeAndre Henry is back in the game after what seemed to be a scary injury in the first half.
Yeah, I believe he just rolled on his ankle on that play. Not that bad of a. He didn't roll on it that bad. So he's able to come back into the game. And
I mean, it's great that he's back. You never like to see injuries from anybody, and that's very good that he's back.
I don't want to seem critical of the Southwest High Eagles, but their offense pretty much was better without DeAndre Henry after that. We saw that Edwin Allen got a couple of carries, and we saw Colin Bethel got a couple good passes there and almost got a score there.
Yeah, I think we just saw improvement in the passing game as the quarterback stayed very rich.
And as we see an interception on the field, that's what we call commentators' curse.
My Lord, has this second half become a blowout. I don't think things could have possibly gone worse for Southwest. A big kick return by Belen, a touchdown by Belen, an interception touchdown by Belen, and another interception by Belen.
Yeah, this defense from the Wolverines has been fantastic throughout this game as Andres just jinxed the offense of the Eagles.
I jinxed. I don't think I personally jinxed. I think it was you, Jose.
No, I think it was definitely you. I mean, you literally said it as the play was happening.
Oh, well.
Stop jinxing it.
Actually, why don't you talk about how Belen's about to throw an interception and jinx that?
Oh, yes.
You guys get a number for the intercept? Was it custom?
As we see 1st and 10 by the Wolverines, direct handoff to number 26, it seems like, for the Wolverines.
As that's possibly Aiden Gerardo. We went through a lot of confusion in the game last time.
I believe it is.
It's Stefan Borrero, who's a wide receiver freshman.
No, I
don't believe that was him. I think it may have been. Oh no, it was Stefan Borrero, confirmed. Number 26, Stefan Borrero. As he picked up a nice chunk of yardage.
Again, a direct handoff off the left side. Stefan Barrera. Great gain.
Borrero the carry again.
Great gain there by Stefan Barrero, and there's a flag on the defense as well. And the Wolverines are going to be moving up from their original position, I think about 5 yards there.
I mean, normally when you see a flag on a run play, it's always holding on the offense, but looks like Belen caught a little break there. Nice job.
So we see Dorian under center still. Direct handoff, a little fumbled there at the line of scrimmage. He stopped. 24, who is Ryan Bertrand, Jr.
Ryan Bertrand, the junior, first time we see him tonight. Nice job recovering the fumble and picking up some yardage.
That was on the freshman team plays with Stefan Borrero. He's not good.
As we see a direct handoff up the middle. See number 32, Nicholas Canino.
The fullback. It looks like they're getting in some of the backup running backs here since this game is all but settled. 28-0 in the third quarter.
Or actually, my bad, 33, Joshua Sloan.
Yeah, they're getting some work for the backup running backs. This game is all but settled. 28-0 in the third quarter. The offense has played great. I don't think we'll be seeing too much more of Don Chaney throughout the rest of this game.
As we see here, a 3rd and 10 for the Wolverines. It's a fake handoff. He's going to take it, and he's sacked behind the line of scrimmage for a 3-yard loss on the play. Dorian Gonzalez. And it looks like the kicking unit is going to come on the field. First field goal of the day for Bretton Rice. And it should be an easy about a 28-yard, 30-yard field goal.
Sounds about right. I mean, Brendan Rice is money from just about anywhere, so I'd be very shocked if he missed this.
Brenton Rice has been on point today with great kickoffs.
Wolverines send
and all of his extra points hitting. And I see here on the sideline that Don Chaney has his pads off. I think he's done for the day for reps as far as in-game goes.
Wouldn't surprise me. This field goal, if he's good, will put them up 31-0.
The kick is up for Brenton Rice, and it is way down the middle. It is good.
Perfect
Brandon
kick.
Rice continues his season, his fantastic season so far, nailing a field goal here.
Wolverine lead to 31.
So 31-point lead now for the Wolverines as they're up 31-0 with a shutout going, looking to get their second straight shutout at home this year.
Yep, then that would put them 3 wins already on the season, but too early to decide since it's the third quarter. But so far, a very dominant game for the Belen Jesuit Wolverines.
I mean, yeah, you never know what can happen in a football game, but I feel like I'm going to make the pretty safe prediction. Give Belen about a 95% chance of winning. The way this game has been going, the way the offense has been playing, the defense looks basically unstoppable. And I think this should be a win, move them over 500 on the season, give them a nice 3-game winning streak.
As you saw there, 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that'd be huge for the Wolverines as they had 2 early season losses to Columbus and Gulliver, which are 2 top tier teams in Miami, and this would be huge for the Wolverines to get their 3rd straight win to get their record out to 3-2, have an above 500 record.
Yeah, and they have a tough schedule from over here ahead of them after this game.
I mean, picking up some momentum. They play Central on the road next week, so picking up some momentum would be huge for that game.
To see Brenton Rice lining up for the kickoff. Kick is up, and it is in the end zone once again. Brenton Rice, excellent day kicking. He has been immaculate so far. He's been improving throughout the start of the season, and so far he's been pretty well.
Yeah, he's probably going to end up having a college career probably in kicking the ball, as he's had himself a fantastic season, and he's got a boot. We've seen him in practice, 58-yarders, and in game, I believe his longest is 52 yards against Gulliver.
You know, we were speaking about the Miami Central game next week, and believe it or not, they are number 23 in the country, and there are a lot of high schools in the country, so being top 25 is an incredible achievement, and if Belen could knock them off, who knows?
That would be an insane win for the Belen Wolverines. Probably putting them over. That's a big upset if they win that game.
Yeah, it'd be a huge upset. Central, one of the most talented teams year in, year out in the nation.
As we see Southwest High first down and 10 here.
And I even believe they're a top 5 team in Florida. So it'd be a huge game for the Wolverines, and they're playing away.
Colin Bethel hands it off to DeAndre Henry off the left side. It's a 1-yard loss for DeAndre Henry.
They've done a really good job stopping him. On those first 2 carries, he got 17 yards. Looks like it might be a big game for him. But I mean, since then, maybe he's a little rusty from his ankle injury as well.
Yeah,
he's simply been shut down.
Just a fantastic job for him to actually still be in the game, as most players, if they suffer from any kind of injury, if it's minor, if it's major, they most likely wouldn't come back into the game. But he's toughened up, and he's back in the game.
As we see Southwest High lining up for 2nd and 11. Colin Bethel takes a snap, bobbles it, takes it off to who else but DeAndre Henry. He gets a big gain. He breaks free, and he's out to the 39-yard line. Big gain there for Southwest High, actually. Placement at the 36.
As we've seen DeAndre Henry throughout this game have a few big gains. It's pretty inconsistent with that. His O-line's pretty much prevented him from getting a big gain at every play, but when the offensive line does their job and blocks properly, he breaks out for a big gain. As in the first quarter, he had about 2 rushes for 40 rushing yards. Now he just had 1 rush for about 40 yards.
Yeah, guys, listen to this comparison in the game so far. DeAndre Henry, running back for the Southwest High Eagles, 10 carries, 65 yards, and then their other halfback, Edwin Allen, 4 carries, 20 yards. Nothing compared to Don Chaney's 9 carries, 120 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the game.
Yeah, Don Chaney's had a fantastic game, but these running backs for the Eagles have had themselves a good game too, especially going against this dominant front 7 of the Wolverines.
I mean, really, and by the way, we talk about just Don Chaney, and don't discount the other running backs Belen has. Hayden Fuente, Francisco Aguero, Joshua Sloan, they've been moving the ball spectacularly, and the whole running game has looked really in sync.
So far, they've been improving their running game week after week. As we saw in the Doral game, they utilized their run game very well, putting in Hayden Puente more than Donald Chaney, fixing up that offense and making sure that defense was off guard most of the time. as we've seen here today, they've been caught off guard. As we see Southwest High first down and 10. See a new quarterback on the field. He's looking to move right. He's going to, he evades the sack. He evades another tackle, and he's down at the line of scrimmage. Evasive effort by the number 1 quarterback, Nicholas Graham.
Yeah, that was a lot of work just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Escaped multiple defenders, but, I mean, really, while it was a good play, they didn't get anything out of it.
Southwest High lining up for 2nd and 9, it seems like, with their new quarterback on the field, number 1, Nicholas Graham.
Yeah, third-string quarterback. We might see some passing from him.
Takes the snap. He's going to run it.
Pressure, and he's got speed.
Oh, look at the slide there by Nicholas Graham.
And he's got lots of speed, as you saw him using his legs on that play.
He definitely very fast. That brings an element that the previous quarterback didn't have, but, I mean, how much of that can you use if this Belen defense is constantly getting into his head, getting into the backfield, and stopping him short?
Yeah, as you saw in that play, a lot of pressure. Even though he has so much speed, he couldn't do anything against this Wolverines defense, as they just put way too much pressure on him. And they had a quarterback spy on that play. He just couldn't go anywhere.
And Nicholas Graham is listed as an athlete. He can play many positions on the field. Interesting decision by the Southwest High Eagles to put him in at quarterback. He looks pretty fresh out there. He's really fast from what we've seen so far in the last 2 plays.
I mean, they had no points before, so you couldn't do much worse.
3rd and 7 for Southwest High. He's going to look deep. And it's almost interception. It's almost intercepted by the Belen Jesuit Wolverines. Great effort, though, by the Wolverines defense, as it is 4th down and 8.
As that was Ryan Bertrand nearly intercepting the ball, the junior.
Yeah, it looks like they went on a post down the middle. Didn't see much open. Their corner and the safety were right there. Overthrew it, and it was right into the safety's hands.
Yeah, not a good read by the third-string quarterback.
That's what happens when you put somebody in there who doesn't have much experience and is actually listed not at quarterback on the depth chart. So he's just listed as an athlete in general. So you could see the speed, but the raw passing talent may not be there.
And to see Southwest High punting, and it's blocked by Belen.
Their second blocked punt on the day.
And it is recovered by Belen at the 32-yard line. Great block by Nicholas Gonzalez.
I mean, that was a spectacular block by Nicholas Gonzalez. He took on multiple. That was actually Christian Gomez with a spectacular block. He took on multiple blockers. I actually saw him do a swim move on the second line of blockers that he faced, and was able to get in there and took a punt right to the gut.
Yeah, one of the keys of the game that we mentioned was no special team mistakes for the Eagles, and we've seen 2 special team mistakes that resulted. The first one resulted in a touchdown, and we've yet to see what happens in this one.
Yeah, Belen has a huge kickoff return, 2 stops on punts. I mean, the Belen special teams edge their special teams has been way better than Southwest.
As you see Belen here handing it off to the left side, number 26. Big hit. Wow.
That's
number 26. Great effort.
That's Aiden Hirano on the carry. He's more of a small, fast back. Looks like they're going to run him to the outside, try and get him in space. And that's about a 1-yard gain, making it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, he's also a sophomore playing on varsity. And we've seen the Wolverines, as a lot of talent in this sophomore class, as they have a few players on the varsity team from sophomore year. Luis Consuegra, the weak safety, starting. He's had a fantastic game. He had a pick 6 earlier. And here we've seen Aiden Gerardo come in for 2 snaps.
As we see a direct handoff up the middle. Great effort by the Wolverines up to about the 26-yard line.
I mean, the Wolverines' offensive line has gotten a lot of push today. The guards, the centers, the tackles, they've consistently pushed that defensive line back and been able to get to the second level and spring the running backs for some big runs.
So far, it's been a run-heavy game for the Wolverines. Dorian Gonzalez only had 3 pass attempts. 2 were completed, and it was about for 40 yards in total for Dorian on the day. He has a great arm, guys. You shouldn't underestimate Dorian Gonzalez's arm.
Definitely not. he really can throw down the field.
Timeout by the Wolverines here.
Wolverines, call a timeout.
Calling a timeout at 2 minutes in the third quarter. It seems like a long, far lost game for the Wolverines. They have a 31-0 lead against the Southwest High Eagles so far. Guys, what do you think about the team so far?
I mean, they've simply looked spectacular. The offense has got the ball moving. The defense has scored more points than they've allowed. Interceptions. Front seven has played spectacular. The running backs have been awesome. Dorian's made some nice throws. Just a great all-around game.
Yeah, the defensive scoring has been through the roof. This front seven has been dominating the line of scrimmage, and the Eagles just can't do anything on them. They can't pass the ball because of all the pressure, and they can't run the ball. And this offense of the Wolverines has been spectacular. We've seen Dorian Gonzalez throw the ball a few times. He had that completion of Sebastian Alonso for, I believe that was 32 yards.
It was about 20 yards, about 25 yards. Not bad.
25 yards.
It's good.
Yeah, that was a great play from Dorian Gonzalez. And we've seen Don Chaney over 100 yards with limited
As you see
carries.
Dorian play action, he overthrows it, and is a flag on the field
Yeah,
for
that's-
possible pass interference by the defense.
I believe that may be holding on the safety there. Looks like he had him deep, but suddenly was slowed up, and I believe that'll be a penalty on the defense.
So what I was saying was Don Chaney with 3 touchdowns, over 100 carries over 100 yards with limited carries. He's had himself a heck of a game, and we've seen the backup running backs do a good job with Hayden Puente and Francisco Aguero.
Yep. Hayden Puente is a major powerhouse on the offense. Really helps the load with Donald Chaney in the run game. Really slows down the defense and makes the defense wonder who they're going to give the ball to. And pass game as well, they surprised us early on with a couple play-action plays, which were really good. And as we saw there, Dorian Gonzalez almost had a completion, but it was a pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, the double handoff of the Wolverines handoff just confuses them too much.
As we see an actual double handoff there, that doesn't go for anything.
No, that's one stop. They've run 2 double handoffs today. Both of them have been for negative yardage. But overall, that's been a spectacular play for them. It's worked for years. But it works better when you have Don Chaney in the game, because you hand the ball off to Don Chaney, everybody on the defense has to follow him. You saw what he did tonight. And then he hands it off to somebody else, takes them completely by surprise, and that side of the field is wide open.
Yeah, and that's where Hayden Puente and Francisco Aguero come into the game. And that's why they've done so good in recent years and recent games, as they've just done a great job with the double handoff.
Dorian Gonzalez hands it off to the left side. It's wide open. Number 26 takes it inside the 5-yard line.
Aiden Gerardo on the carry.
I believe that's going to be holding on the offense, as there was a flag thrown.
The Wolverines utilizing Aiden Gerardo a lot, the sophomore.
Confirmed it was a holding penalty. That'll set him back 10 yards. Make it about 2nd and 21.
Yeah, tough break for the Wolverines there. They would have been inside of the 5. Great positioning for a possible another touchdown or field goal, as we've seen them score multiple times this game.
Aiden Gerardo has looked really good in limited action, as he's really made stuff happen while he's been in the game.
As we see Belen lining up 3rd down and 22. It's a handoff directly to Joshua Sloan. Great effort.
I mean, he pulled a couple defenders there. Great job just to pick up any yardage. Kept the feet moving, the legs churning, able to pick up about 7 yards. A nice carry there.
Yeah, so far the run game. The Belen Jesuit Wolverines love to do the run game. It's more of ground and pound offense. They really don't like to pass it that much, which, how can you blame them? Don Chaney, Hayden Puente, it's a pretty big halfback core back there.
And don't forget about Francisco Aguero, obviously.
Yes, yeah. Great running back threats throughout for the Wolverines offense.
I mean, really, the running backs are there. They just move the ball. The offensive line is there. They pound you into submission. They wear you down. It's a spectacular offense.
As we see a handoff there to number 35 for the Wolverines. It's about a 4-yard gain there for the Wolverines, and it's 4th down.
Number 35 is...
Castaño on that carry brings us to the end of the third quarter.
Anthony Castano with that carry, 4 yards. It is the end of the third quarter here. Guys, start of the fourth quarter. Seem over to you guys?
Yeah, I don't think Southwest is going to win this game. We look pretty. The Belen looks very good. Offense is moving the ball. Defense is shutting them down. I think we can put this one in the books as a Belen win. Though, you never know with there still being a quarter left.
Yeah, Belen just is has been in the driver's seat since the start of the game, pretty much it seemed. And the offense and the defense just doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, we've seen great things from the Belen Jesuit Wolverines in this game. Coming off of 2 great wins, a 24-0 shutout against Doral and a 38-14 road win against Gulf Coast High. Those are 2 pretty impressive scores, guys.
Yeah, the Gulf Coast, it's a far game all the way to Naples, about a 2-hour drive. But they came in there and they simply dominated. They played like if it was their home field.
Yeah, and Don Chaney had a big play in that game. Took a 75-yard touchdown. And he had himself a game. And it's pretty much every game that he plays in, he has himself a game.
Yeah, but just about every game he has a huge play and just a spectacular running back all around.
As we see Brenton Rice lining up for about a 34-yard kick.
Looking to go 2 for 2 on field goals today.
And about 6 and 6 for total kicks.
Yeah, he's already made 4 extra points and another field goal.
As we're anticipating the snap. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is
Good.
no good.
Oh, no good.
It's left.
It looked like it went in, but we don't really have that good of an
Yeah,
angle.
from our angle, it looked like that kick may have gone in, but it is no good. Wide left, and I mean, that's surprising. He's about as reliable a kicker as there is.
And he's 1 for 2 on field goals today. Solid game from him, though. A few touchbacks, and he's nailed every single extra point he's taken.
As Southwest High takes it over at about the 17-yard line. 15, sorry. As we see the backup quarterback in, and we actually see Colin Bethel on the field lining up as a wide receiver. This is very interesting here, guys, by the Southwest High Eagles. And Nicholas Graham and shotgun. And we see flags flying in everywhere.
Let's see what the call is here.
It is a penalty on the Southwest High Eagles.
I believe it'll be a
It's a
false start here. That'll back him up 5 yards and put him at 1st and 15.
Saw an interesting lineup formation there. They had Colin Bethel on the right side and Nicholas Graham under center, or shotgun, sorry. It's a very interesting lineup formation, having the starting quarterback at wide receiver. Oh, he bubbles the snap, Nicholas Graham. It's a fumble on the field, and I think the Wolverines get the ball.
They do have it recovered way inside of enemy territory. We talked about it. Turnovers, key to the game, pick 6, interception, fumble on a punt, and this fumble too here. This defense has been spectacular, and they've been a huge part of the reason Belen has won.
Yeah, and the Eagles turning the ball way too often, and this Wolverines defense, you can't turn the ball over playing against them because the offense will just probably score a touchdown, especially in this position.
Yeah, this is an insane defense by the Belen Jesuit Wolverines so far. They have allowed a lot of turnovers. The offense for Southwest High not clicking at all, even with the backup in.
Another thing about turnovers is they get the Belen offense the ball back quick, which continues their ability to wear down the defense.
So we see the Belen Jesuit Wolverines taking over at about the 9-yard line. They're in the red zone, and they're ready to score here on this drive.
We're going to get an illegal substitution penalty on Southwest, putting Belen half the distance to the goal, so 1st down.
And good defense from the Eagles, getting a tackle for loss.
That was Joshua Sloan with a handoff at the line of scrimmage. He's stopped.
Joshua Sloan dropped.
This Southwest defense really seems to be doing better, but I think it's more of a combination of Belen's trying to get some backups in, get them experience. I mean, when all the seniors are gone, these are the guys that are going to step into those roles, so you want to get them playing time, playing experience, and this is a great way to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of depth chart in the wide receiver position. That there are a lot of seniors there. Sebastian Alonso, Nick Brochek. You also got Nathaniel Payne, Rafael Del Torre. As we saw there, Alberto Romero, number 80. But we see a handoff up the middle, goes for about a yard, and we have a Wolverine down on the field.
Gavins breaks through and stops that play quickly.
Oh, and he's back up, and it's an arm injury.
I can't really seem to tell who that is.
I think he broke his arm there on the play.
Oh, that's you never like to see that, especially when it's for your own team.
Yeah, that's a horrible thing to see.
I mean, if the break is bad, it could probably keep him out for the rest of the season, and you never like to see that.
Yeah, that'd be a tough
It'd
loss.
be a shame to see that happen
Big hand Wolverines.
to any athlete on the field, to any athlete that plays. We don't want to see anyone get injured and miss extensive time. We always wish for the best for these athletes. As it is a 3rd down and goal at the 9-yard line for the Belen Jesuit Wolverines. They're hoping to get another score up here late and to put this game away practically. With 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter, guys, 31-0 with a potential touchdown here. So you see Darian with the fake handoff, and it's a flag down on the field.
Yes, that was Aiden Gerardo who suffered the injury.
Oh, that would be a big loss. A potential to be one of the top running backs for us next year. It looks like a probable shoulder injury, and you hate to see him go down this early in the season. A false start on the Belen Wolverines again. Looks like they got a little sloppy in this game in this drive with the game in hand, but shouldn't cost them too much in the end.
Yeah, 31-0 with Dorian still in the game. The starting quarterback, we may see a couple more of those passes late in this game, as we've been seeing a lot, and I mean a lot of runs. Previously in the Doral game, it was a run-heavy game. We barely saw any pass plays, maybe 1 or 2. This game, we saw a little bit more of what Dorian can do on the field, passing-wise, and it's been very impressive.
I mean, that's what the Belen Wolverines do. Run the ball and run it effectively.
Yeah, pretty much tires out the opposing defense.
As we see, 3rd down and 15. Dorian does a play action. He's
Lot of
rolling out to the
pressure.
right-hand side. He's going to get sacked to about the 29-yard line. Huge loss for the Wolverines, as Brenton Rice seems to be coming onto the field now for a field goal attempt.
That makes it 4th and goal from the 29. Not a spectacular offensive drive there for the Belen Wolverines.
I remember a couple years ago, there was a college play that was on 2nd and goal. A fumble happened, and it went all the way to the opponent's 10-yard line, and it was a 3rd and goal, 88 yards out.
Yeah, I believe that was Louisiana Tech.
Versus Mississippi State. 3rd and goal from their own 7-yard line.
It was
That's a tough one to convert.
yeah, not as big as a 3rd down for 4th down and goal, but we always remember the big ones, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wolverines will line up for a field goal attempt.
It's a field goal attempt from about the 40. It's a 45-yard field goal attempt.
45-yard attempt.
A big field goal for Brenton Rice.
Snap is down. Kick is up. It looks.
It has a strike.
It is wide left. No good. As the second missed kick by Brenton Rice.
Brenton Rice now 1 for 3 on field goals today.
Now the Southwest High Eagles take it out. Take it over at the 35. Or actually about the 20-yard line. Sorry.
As Brenton Rice definitely had the strength on that kick, just didn't have the accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 kicks, he's pulled them both wide right. That's something you like to see from Brendan Rice. But, I mean, he's a consistent kicker. Those kicks aren't going to hurt him this game. And maybe he's just saving the misses for this game instead of the big ones.
Definitely. We don't want to see him miss any important late-game field goals in the next couple of games. We need these wins if we want to improve our record to above 500.
Especially against Central, the number 23 team in the country.
As we see another handoff by Southwest High. It gets swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. It's about a 3-yard loss on the play. Guys, with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, this game seems to be long gone. What do you guys think?
I mean,
anything's possible, but it's 31-0 with 7 minutes and 55 seconds left, and the Wolverines just controlling this game on both sides of the ball. It seems pretty much impossible for the Eagles to come back.
I think if this is not a Wolverines win, something has gone seriously wrong.
Definitely wrong. This defense has been proving that they can shut out their offense really easily, and we hope to see more of that in the upcoming plays.
If Southwest has scored no points in 43 minutes, I see no reason why they'd score 31 in the next 7.
Nicholas Graham completes a pass to the left side for about 9 yards, close to a first down. As I said before, interesting call by the Southwest High Eagles to put in their quote-unquote backup, Nicholas Graham, number 1, who's a senior, and they have Colin Bethel, number 11, quarterback, but he's actually a sophomore. What do you guys think about that?
Wait, repeat that?
Colin Bethel is a sophomore. He's starting quarterback. They put in Nicholas Graham, who's now a senior, as his backup.
I mean, it just shows the talent he has, obviously. He's able to beat out a senior quarterback. But also, don't forget about Fennell Andrews, who actually started the game. But they ended up taking him out.
I think it's a little odd that they would take the sophomore out for the senior because, I mean, right now you're almost playing for the future, and you would think it'd be better for the sophomore to get some more experience rather than a senior who'll be gone at the end of the year.
As we see Southwest High lining up on first down. As we see Colin Bethel's back at starting quarterback now. As he hands it off to number 2. It's about a 5-yard gain on the play. Number 2, Malik Allen, who's a junior.
Allen dropped.
If you're watching right now, I'd really like to give a shout out to you because you must be a true Belen Wolverines fan to still be watching the game when it's 31-0 in the fourth quarter.
Ball carrier dropped after a short gain. Jose Lopez is separated on that hit.
A huge hit by the Wolverines defense, bringing up.
I think it's second down or third. It's third down. Yes, it's third down.
Little trouble there by the Chains people.
Yeah, confusing us. Colin Bethel hands it off
Good defense.
to Edwin Allen, and it is a stop by the Belen Jesuit Wolverines. Nothing short of that.
And this front 7 of the Wolverines just keep dominating the line of scrimmage. And this O-line just cannot handle them. They have, no chance against them. Every snap, there's pressure on the quarterback, and the running back cannot go anywhere.
I mean, you can just see the advantages in talent, technique, just about everything. The defensive linemen are crushing that O-line, and it's one of the big reasons that Belen is winning this game today.
Yeah, 31-0 as the officials take a timeout.
Water break. Officials timeout with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left in the game. Belen up 31-0 at home. Looks like this will be their 3rd straight win. A great rebound after losing their first 2 games to Columbus and Gulliver.
And they've yet to allow a single point at home so far this season. They've played 2 games. They won the previous game 24-0. This one, it seems like they're going to win the game 31-0.
And if that's the case, it's going to be 55-0 at home so far this season, allowing no points and scoring 55 points on the opponent. This is very interesting to see from the Belen Jesuit Wolverines so far this season.
Yeah, you can see the home field advantage coming in. And they had a neutral site game against the Explorers, which they really struggled in. And a Gulliver, obviously, it was an away game. And the most recent game was against Gulf Coast away, which was a huge win for the Wolverines, 38-14.
Off of the punt,
great punt.
Bounce is about to.
Oh, and it takes a
Ooh.
negative bounce.
There's a flag. Oh
It
no.
takes a Wolverines bounce. Wow.
It's about the 15-yard line. That's where the place will be, and the Belen Jesuit Wolverines will
And
take over.
If it kept a neutral bounce, would have been inside the 15-yard line. Or maybe inside the 10-yard line. A heck of a punt, but just got a negative bounce.
I believe that the Wolverines offense will come out here, just try to run some clock off. 4.5 minutes left, already up 31-0. There's no need to continue to run up the score. They're probably just going to try and end this game. And if they get a big run for a touchdown, added bonus.
Yep, and definitely they're going to use their younger talent, sophomore freshmen, if they can, get them some touches so far in this game. Donald Chaney had a great game, 9 carries, 120 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Great game in front of his maybe future head coach, Manny Diaz, of the UM Canes.
Possible future head coach.
Yes.
Nothing is finalized till they sign the papers.
Thank you, Jack.
He's an early enrollee currently.
Yeah, he'll graduate early. He's going to graduate midway through the year, sign in the early signing period in December, and quickly enroll at UM or
No, it's,
Georgia.
I mean, I haven't seen a Georgia scout at this game so far.
Last game at the Doral game, Georgia's running back coach came to the game, and that just shows he came in all the way from Georgia to watch us play Doral. That shows that they really have a genuine interest in Don Chaney.
I feel like if they had more of an interest than Manny Diaz, they would have come to this game also.
Well,
But
the other
they
thing is
didn't.
that it takes a lot more resources to fly from Georgia to Miami than it does
If
for
they-
Manny Diaz to get here,
if they
considering
wanted-
he literally lives in Miami.
If they wanted him more badly, they would have used those resources.
All right,
Well,
save the talk for after the game.
maybe they don't want him so badly because Georgia has such a higher talent level than UM.
So see Belen, as we see Isaiah Fuller with a carry off the right-hand side for Belen Jesuit Wolverines.
The junior.
The junior Isaiah
Fuller.
The junior Isaiah Fuller on the carry takes it off the right side, really just trying to get the young talent in. I mean, this is the future. If games like these is a great time to get some experience, and maybe they'll be the stars of the future Belen teams.
As we mentioned, double handoff. Big hits at the end of the play for Belen Jesuit Wolverines.
Just keep the legs churning, keep the feet moving. That's one thing that Belen backs are spectacular at. When they get wrapped up, they're really hard to take down at first contact. Or even if you do take them down, they usually get a couple yards just by moving their feet and continuing to stay up.
Yeah, 3rd down and 5 for the Wolverines. Just looking to run out the clock, as you said. 31-0 here against the Southwest High Eagles. 3 minutes left here in the 4th quarter, guys. This game seems to be long lost.
Yeah, this game is pretty much wrapping up right now. The Wolverines, as we've mentioned, probably going to go 3-2.
The right handoff to number 24. He's going off the right-hand side at the 45-yard line. He's taken out of bounds. Big game for the Wolverines, but unfortunately stops the clock.
Number 24, Ryan Bertrand Jr. Love to see him get going, taking it off the right edge. Huge gain out to the 46-yard line. Love to see that from a backup player.
Yeah, a fantastic run for him and a huge gain, but the smarter thing to do would have been to try to stay in bounds, to keep the clock running, and to pretty much wrap this game up. Instead, it's now, and they're just
It
running
looks like
the
they've
clock.
gone to a running clock with this game being such a blowout with not much time left. But you always love to see, I mean, as a player who doesn't get to play much, getting that big of a run, it's hard to tell him to just get down.
1st down and 10 for the Wolverines. Handoff to Isaiah Fuller off the left-hand side. He gets a lot of yardage. That's another 1st down for the Belen Jesuit Wolverines there.
Well, these backup running backs really showing a ton of potential. You love to see this, and it makes you feel good about next year's team when Don Chaney is gone.
As we mentioned, Don Chaney, as we mentioned before, 9 carries, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns. Amazing game for Don Chaney, and more to come in the future.
We are officially under 2 minutes, about 1 minute and 40 seconds left. I mean, I think we're getting to the point where it's almost physically impossible for Belen to lose. So, spectacular game from your Belen Wolverines. for this to be a great win.
Yeah, keep handing it off to Isaiah Fuller and Ryan Bertrand. Run this clock out and win this game.
Yeah, the Wolverines on both sides of the ball done a fantastic job.
See another 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Inside the opponent's 43-yard line is a double handoff up the middle. And it's a fumble on the field.
Ball is loose.
Looks like Belen got it back. Oh no, it'll be Southwest football with
Interesting development.
a minute and 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Interesting
31 to
development,
0. Personally, I think they're celebrating a little too much considering the fact that they're down 31 to 0 with
Well,
1
they're
minute left.
obviously trying to end the game with a positive ending, not just allowing another touchdown or more points on the board.
Yeah, it definitely has not been a positive game for them.
Good
Yeah,
point,
but they
Jose.
want to end the game with some positivity.
I know, but up to this point,
Yeah,
the
up to
game
this
has not
point,
been
it's
very
been
positive.
Yeah.
A good point there made by Jose as we see the Belen Jesuit Wolverines defense on the field. The Southwest High Eagles on the field again. As we see Colin Bethel again lining up as the quarterback. 1st and 10 about the 44-yard line. It's a direct handoff to number 6, Edwin Allen. He's breaks free. He's got a 1st down and more.
And a solid run there.
He's
Able to
out.
pick up about 13 yards with DeAndre Henry getting hurt. I mean, Edwin Allen has just done a spectacular job. He's been able to come in, make some people miss, but this Belen front 7 has made it hard for him, just dominating that offensive line.
And we got another injury on the field. Another Wolverine down on the field.
I mean, that's not something you want to see in a 31-0 game with 1 minute left.
It's the second
I mean,
Wolverine down on the field.
I mean, when you get hurt, you'd rather get hurt when you're playing meaningful snaps in an important game, but if it's 31 to 0 with 1 minute left, you really don't like to see any injuries.
Yeah, with this game wrapping up, it feels like this game's practically over, and then, boom, you can get an injury. And
That's Alex Fernandez, the junior wide receiver who got hurt there.
It's a shame.
The junior cornerback / wide receiver, which that's a shame to see with
Only
1
a minute,
and 6 seconds left in a 31 to 0 game. Just an injury that you really don't like to see this late in the game.
Yeah, no, it's a shame that we see an injury so late in the game, and especially with backups coming in, younger talent coming in for the already explosive talent for the Wolverines. You know, it's a shame to see that. He's still down on the ground.
That's really not something you want to see. This looks like it may be very serious.
Yeah, it's terrible to see, and really don't wish to see players get injured on the field for either side.
I mean,
Just-
especially it's just 31-0, 1 minute left. The
It's
snaps are
unnecessary,
not.
yeah.
It's like if you're in college and you get hurt playing against UT Martin. Like, it's not. You'd rather get hurt playing meaningful snaps against somebody like LSU or FSU or Clemson. But
I mean, FSU at this point, it's
yeah,
barely even meaningful.
I don't think
snaps.
FSU really qualifies.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, they
but he's
As we see
he
Alex
got
Fernandez
up. That
walking
is
off the field.
spectacular. You love to see that. Got up, walking kind of on his own power. Good to see him stand up.
Yeah, a positive look for him.
Gives you some hope there. Though it does look like he's having a lot of trouble making it. Actually, I believe they're carrying him. Yeah, he's being carried to the sideline. I thought he was walking there for a second, but no, this injury looks really bad.
Yeah, it looks like a very severe injury. That's really tough to see.
It's very rare to see a player carried to the sidelines by the trainers, but yeah, this injury looks pretty bad. Yeah, I don't think he can even stand up. His leg may be broken. But while that was going on, false start on Southwestern.
Southwest High, false start.
With
Playing the game here, guys, I think, yeah, this game is, well,
Hey.
more than over.
you never know.
I mean,
41-0,
Jack, if I
It's
hear
a
another
running-
thing of
it's-
that
it's a
in the
running
next couple of
clock.
games,
It's a running clock
think I can be here with
currently
you.
at 40 seconds. Now 35 seconds. This game's pretty much over.
it seems like they're going to have a running clock here. It's the direct side to Colin Bethel. He gets sacked in the backfield.
And this front seven
Great
with
weight.
10 seconds left on the clock.
16-yard loss on the play for the Southwest High Eagles, and that is more than game over here for the Wolverines. They improved to 3-2 on the season, guys.
Mark Trapp with his second sack to end the game. Great way to end a great game. A spectacular win for the Belen Wolverines here. And just an all-around great performance.
Yeah, great performance from the Wolverines on both sides of the ball. We saw the defense, especially that front seven, did a fantastic job. We saw pick six from Luis Consuegra, and we saw the offense of the Wolverines. We saw Dorian Gonzalez throw the ball a few times, and we saw the run.
And they haven't given up a point at home. They're 55-0 at home this season. As we see, the Wolverines improved to 3-2 on the season. We're glad that you stopped by to listen to this edition of Belen Wolverines football. And this is Andres Fernero.
Jose Costa.
And Jose Zerluki signing out.